Hello friends, welcome in Pharma Talks. And the today's topic is what is the procedure for the qualification of non-compendial reference standard or secondary reference standard. Okay, so before we are going to discuss what is the procedure, I just want to clear that what you mean by the reference standard. The reference standard is the cornerstone of the analytical method used to assess the quality, safety, and potency of the pharmaceutical product during the development phase and during the market life of the product. Consequently, it is essential that you have a unique reference standard for each medical product that you have produced and you test your product against those reference standards consistently. As a result, your products are readily acceptable worldwide. A reference standard is a specific batch of a substance of known composition and or a purity to which responses of a sample of unknown composition or purity are compared for determining the concentration and purity of that unknown composition. It means that reference standard are those standards which have a high degree of purity and quality as well as the characterization data through which you have to compare your result and give the data. Okay, it is mean by the reference standard. So now we are going to discuss when or why we have to qualify the non-compendial reference standard. The first thing is if you prepare a material, okay, if you synthesize a material which is not given in any pharmacopoeia, so in this case you have to qualify your own reference standard, which is known as secondary reference standard. It is only applicable when the product you synthesize it is not given in any pharmacopoeia. Okay friends, so we are going to start. Just I say applicant that use proprietary material. One minute. Okay, applicant that use proprietary material that will find primary standard not typically available through compendial source. As a result, non-compendial or secondary reference standard require characterization, and thus reference standard development and qualification program need to be implemented. Just I said, if you don't have if the material you synthesize, if there is no any references in the pharmacopoeia, you have to qualify your own reference standard. Okay, so what is the procedure if you synthesize a reference if you synthesize a material, or if you purchase from the any vendor and you want to qualify in house, you don't want to purchase it, so what is the steps behind it? So steps behind it I will tell you. Okay, wait a second. The first step is the qualification of secondary source. Okay, so first what you need, first you choose the batch which you want to qualify. Okay, so what you need from the that batches, first you need the COS, that is the certificate of analysis synthesis pathway if the available you require it, and the list of method used in the product manufacturing, and why you will want these information. So this is required, and this information can help analysts determine the essential parameter for qualification. Okay, once the identity has been established and confirmed, okay, with the available data, once the characterization has done, okay, once the characterization has done and confirmed, so it is time to decide the purity of your material with the help of elemental analysis, titration, GC/LC analysis. Okay, based on the result, the material may require further purification by distillation or recrystallization process, or what is it depend on the result. If it is pure, then another recrystallization or distillation process is not required. If it is not pure, then it is required. Additional testing may also be required to identify and quantify known or potential impurity that is also overlooked depend upon manufacturer assessment of the material. Okay, so these are the initial requirement. What is the initial requirement? first you have to decide the lot of material which have a COA, okay, synthesis pathway, method used for the manufacturing, method list of method used in product manufacturing, okay, and it is a high quality, and the material whatever you use to qualify for the reference and standard, it is a high quality. First thing, it is a high quality, okay. And so what tests are required for the qualification purposes? The first is description, okay. What your material is looks like, it is just confirmed by the visual inspection, okay. Solubility, why we want to perform the solubility? To know the solubility of the material, okay. The third thing is come identification, minimum required characterization data to confirm the identity or to establish the identity of your material, okay. By the these tests listed here, the minimum test listed here, with the help of these you will simply identify your material what you prepare in during the synthesis process. First, by IR, with the help of IR you should confirm the function group. By LCMS or GCMS should confirm the mass. By NMR should confirm the structure, you predict the structure. By CHNS analyzer should confirm the empirical formula, that is C carbon, H hydrogen, and nitrogen, S sulfur. Sometimes chlorine, if chlorine is also present, it also established by or monitored by the CHNS analyzer, okay. Water content, how much percentage of water content is available in your product, so it is determined by the Qualification titration. Non-combustible impurity, it means that ROI, residual on ignition. If you want to know what is the residual on ignition, you will go to my channel and find the video on it. You will perform by the manually or by the use of TGM. In the case of impurity, you have to qualify, and the very less quantity you have, you will perform the non-combustible impurity test with the help of TGA. TGA means thermogrametric analyzer, okay. Volatile matter, it should be analysis by the loss on drying with the help of LOD bottle manually or with the help of TGA. TGA means thermogrametric analyzer, okay friends. Okay, now we are going to discuss more organic impurity. If the material you are using, it have a impurity which is analysis by the HPLC with the help of UV detection. With the help of HPLC you will estimate the total impurity comes, okay. Some additional test also performed with the depend upon the nature of the material, okay, or the procedure. So with depend upon the structure or the material, residual solvent with the help of GC or GCSS is also performed to know the amount of solvent present in the material. Metal impurity, it should be analyzed by, it should be know with the help of ICP-MS or ICP-OES. ICP-MS means inductive coupled plasma mass spectroscopy or inductive coupled mass plasma optical emission spectroscopy detection. It means that ICP comes with two detectors. One is the mass detector and second is the OES detector. If your material has a polymorph, it should also be evaluated with the help of XRD or DSC, okay. Enantiomeric evaluation with the help of HPLC or some SOR procedure, okay. So if you perform all these tests, first to confirm the identity, you perform the characterization with the help of IR, mass, NMR and CHNS to confirm the identity. After that you confirm, you estimate the total impurity present in your material, metal impurity present in the material, non-combustible impurity present, volatile metal available in your material. With the help of these you will be simply calculate your potency, okay. How you calculate potency, it should be talk in another video, okay. With the help of these tests, you simply find your potency. Okay, so it is the initial procedure to qualify your working standard, qualify your reference standard, non-compendial reference standard if any reference is not available in any pharmacopoeia. So it is a general procedure. You will qualify it with the help of this procedure. Initial qualification and requalification. Okay, what this means, how you will requalify once you qualify your secondary reference standard. What is the time period for the requalification of the material? Initial characterization of the reference standard should include a full scale of the analytical test. Requalification at a subsequent point may include a reduced suite of analysis depending on the initial result. It is recommended that a three-tiered approach be adopted to avoid interruption in stability. Okay, the tier 1. What is the tier 1? The reference standard material qualification program should be started at least 1 month before the stability begins to allow for requalification and assessment of a new expiration date. This time frame will also help to avoid delay in testing for subsequent program due to the expired reference standard. Okay friends, tier 2. At least 2 lot of a reference standard should be placed in the qualification program between a 3 month apart. Means you always perform the reference standard qualification with 2 lots. Both have a 3 month apart. Means 3 months apart. If the primary lot degrade first, then you can use the second lot, and the third lot should be qualified when the first lot is used. It is done because of your work is not hamper. If you're using the one lot, if it is expired or degrade with somehow any way, so your work is not hamper if you have alternate lot for the qualification of working standard. Okay friends, so again discuss tier T at least, and you also perform the storage or stability of your reference working standard at 2 conditions. If you means if you perform the storage at the 25 degree or the 2 to 8 degree of your first lot of your reference standard, then the second lot is stored at a minus 20 degree centigrade to know the stability or the environmental fact or the degradation. Okay, for the initial lot, if you have to perform the requalification period with the time period of 3 months, 6 months, 12 months for the first year. After that you will annually requalify your reference standard. It is done to know the stability as well as the degradant of your material. Okay, distribution and control. Reference standard material are often expensive to manufacture and are generally of limited supply. So it is important therefore to consider how the material will be stored, distributed and controlled. Once the storage conditions are ascertained, the reference material should be distributed precisely. Okay friends, so it is the references from where I got these data. The FDA USP 30, FDA guideline, ICHQ 3A, USP 30, NF20, Journal Chapter 463, Journal Chapter 11. Okay, so it is all the. If you like the channel or content, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you.